As everyone knows, Street Fighter V didn't release as the best product. Not much in the way of single-player content, questionably weak netcode for online play, and a variety of other issues plagued it at the start. But I think most would agree today that it's come a long way and become a great experience for its user base. With the help of major updates like Arcade and Champion Edition, Street Fighter V grew into one of the most established fighting games in recent history. I would argue, actually, that the game grew a little too quickly for its own good, and we the players were forced to leave some things behind. After its release, it took a full 4 months for Street Fighter V to receive Cinematic Story Mode as an update for a game many players had already picked up and put down. In 2018, 2 years later, Street Fighter V received Arcade Mode in its Arcade Edition update. This was a turning point for Street Fighter V, as it brought about more positive reception to the game because it finally felt like a fully fleshed out product. Players could customize their playstyles with new V-triggers, and the overall balance of the game changed drastically. Then, in an effort to buy time for Street Fighter VI, Capcom released Champion Edition. Champion Edition featured new characters, new gameplay mechanics, and a beefed up tournament mode. This mode had so many cool features like being able to create brackets, team tournaments, live viewing, and consecutive replays. Really cool stuff. Capcom even gave the mode a few trailers. To this day, I've never met a person who uses this mode, even though it was so heavily talked about by Capcom. What's funny is, this isn't even the mode I want to talk about today. Let's check out the Champion Edition trailer to see if we can find what I'm talking about. And here it is. Did you even know this was in the game? Most people forgot about it considering the Champion Edition update was from a while ago. It's even got its own little twist on the Street Fighter UI. I had big hopes for this mode when it was teased because it's simply a new way to play Street Fighter V. But in the trailer, Capcom included it with single and multiplayer modes, then proceeded to list all single-player content except Team Battle. Why is that? Because, of course, Team Battle mode isn't available online. For a bit, I was willing to accept that Capcom wouldn't give us the mode online capability since it was dropped in February 2020, right before the pandemic hit the US. But then I realized, Team Battle mode was actually introduced in 2018 under the Arcade Edition update. We've had this game mode for over 4 years now, and most of us had no idea. Here it is in the Arcade Edition trailer. So here's a game mode that was offline only, and a game that was mainly focused on online rank and esport. Why wouldn't Team Battle come with online functionality? During the pandemic, Capcom was aware of how important online play actually is, and they even implemented their own well-made tournament mode that got updates to accommodate players who couldn't go to tournaments offline. The easiest part is that the UI for Team Battle is used in team tournaments. At least we get this gem from Blanca.
You attract flies!
Thanks, buddy. Street Fighter V's story is a flawed one that's overshadowed constantly by the game seemingly not wanting its players to have fun. There's nothing to do online except fight other people in ranked, casuals, or battle. Tournament mode is there, but it doesn't get much use, especially at higher levels of play. No online mode is just for fun. I propose that Team Battle mode would be a great way to take the pressure off players and allow them to explore the game they love in a creative way. Plenty of games do this already. King of Fighters 15 is a 3v3 game at its core. Competitions are played in matches where the players fight to eliminate all 3 members of their opponent's team before they're eliminated themselves. Even though this is their competitive or ranked style, King of Fighters 15 allows players to try different forms of combat online. Learning 3 characters to fight with at once could be a lot, so KOF allows players to enter room matches and fight 1v1 online. The balance is the same as when it's team matches, so it can be a bit janky, but at least it's there. There's also draft mode, where players take turns selecting their characters and can't reselect them. It's an interesting idea because it makes the high-tier characters more valuable, while rewarding players who use obscure characters. There's other ways to fight online in King of Fighters 15, but these are the 3 major ones that shift the balance of the game, and most importantly, are fun modes to fight your friends in. This concept is something Smash has really nailed down. Online, you can play Smash in singles or doubles or with a plethora of rule sets determined by each player. Offline, there's special game modes like Smashdown, which is like Draft Battle, and Squad Strike, which is a 3v3 mode. These modes are so popular among Smash players that they often get their own full brackets and tournament alongside their regular singles brackets. I'm not saying to compare Street Fighter to Smash as one-to-one examples, but there's a lot to be learned from these game modes. At Capcom Cup, we had Street Fighter League matches, and there wasn't even a universal rule set for that until this year in 2022. There's a lot of ways to spice up the genre and make it fun for people who aren't trying to be the best. It's easy to see why players would benefit from Team Battle, and why it will be a good fit for battle launches. To start, Street Fighter V has a legion of characters to choose from, and the game's incredibly balanced. Most of that comes from how strong certain counterpicks are. Most of the high-tier characters still have rough matchups against low and mid-tier characters. This means for Team Battle, that counterpicking your opponent successfully grants you a solid advantage through the match. Even still, it isn't guaranteed because before the match starts, players can switch their order and maybe secure a favorable matchup for themselves. That means even if your team is all high-tier characters, you still might have a rough time. On the other hand, if you love characters like Honda, Blanca, and Oro, that's me, I'm that guy, your characters could frustrate opponents with knowledge checks and general shenanigans, since they're generally strong counterpick characters. Basically, it's a great form of player expression.
Zeku is my name.
To talk gameplay, there's actually quite a lot to say about Team Battle. Players have a choice of choosing teams of 2 to 5 members and playing 2 different match styles. Elimination matches are a winner stays on, KOF type battle. Best of matches are exactly how they sound. For the purposes of this video, I'll mainly be focusing on elimination matches. Another cool option is to choose how health recovers. There's an option to recover gray health, which is recovered. So players are actually incentivized to play a little bit safer than normal to ensure their health actually goes up, even if they're in the lead. This gives the losing player a bit of an advantage because their pressure becomes a lot scarier. You can also choose to recover full health or just green health, which have their own implications for gameplay. This is where things get really juicy though, V-Gauge advantage. In elimination matches, the losing team is awarded some V-Gauge at the start of the next round. The amount of gauge is determined by the amount of characters behind AR. Essentially, players could mount a comeback by starting a round with full V-Gauge, pop V-Trigger, play the round normally, and get another V-Trigger by the end of the round. It's a powerful tool, but it's a great way to keep matches close if players aren't as good with multiple characters as they are with just their main. Last really interesting setting in my opinion is change order. As I was playing with some friends, we noticed that you can't change your point character at the order select screen, which was kinda strange. I guess the point is so that it's not a complete mix-up which matchups players are gonna see, but it also means you'd have to blind pick your point characters, which kinda defeats the point of having this mode. Any other game would let you switch the point. And then we realized your point character can be switched, only when using random for change order. It's an interesting design choice that lets chaos decide the match, so if that's what you're about, it's there. As the mode is right now, it's more of a husk than a complete game mode, I'd say. It's fun to play with friends, but it suffers the same problem that KOF 15 single battles do. It's just not balanced for team battle. There are some slight changes that would go a long way. If gray health recovered a little faster, or maybe give us an option to change how fast it recovers. I also found that the ideal round time wasn't 99 seconds. 60 seconds is best to allow losing players to prevent winners from gaining too much health at the end of a round. Either that or some kind of damage multiplier to reduce damage or stun just a tad would be great because of how volatile Street Fighter V is. Players getting stunned in a game mode like this doesn't feel great when you can literally lose that character for the rest of the match. Other than those issues, it's a whole lot of fun, and would be a welcome addition to game modes we could play online. Who knows if there's a tri-character specialist out there who would just wash everybody and become the king or queen of team battle. Unfortunately, we'll never get to find out in Street Fighter V, but Street Fighter 6 has been teasing us with something since the first playable demo. Every time we saw gameplay, it was right there, staring me down. Team battle.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Street Fighter 6 has made it overtly obvious that they intend to let us have fun with their game. Extreme Battles, World Tour Mode, and the Battle Hub Legacy titles have shown us that. I just really hope there's multiple ways to play Street Fighter 6 online with friends and rivals alike. Overall, the future looks bright, and hopefully fighting games continue to break the mold and bring forth new ways for us to have fun.